We'll see our second problem in round robin. Before that, in the previous round robin, while writing 8, I mistakenly written 18. It's 8 only. Okay, remaining all correct. But in words I told 8, but while writing I made it 18. So I made a scratch. It is 8 only. So coming to the second problem, round robin, the time quantum given is 2 milliseconds. Let us start scheduling this problem. So at time interval 0, you have got process P1, okay, and time quantum given is 2 milliseconds. You need to interrupt at 2 milliseconds. So I'll update this here. See, process P1 is having a burst time of 4 milliseconds. He given with the 2 millisecond, he left out with the 2 milliseconds. Okay, so now 2 milliseconds over, right? So 2 milliseconds over. At 2 milliseconds, who are all arrived? P2 arrived, P3 arrived. You need to follow FCFS order in order to preempt the process according to the time quantum. Okay, so first process P1 arrived at 0 millisecond. He was having 4 millisecond burst time. I he was given with a chance, that is a process P1 given a chance. He executed for 2 millisecond and it was preempted. Okay, when he was preempted, by that time 2 milliseconds, we have got another 2 process that is added to a queue. Okay, so I'll write this one. So first P1 arrived, next by 2 milliseconds I got P2 and P3. Okay, so now according to this one, so I'm going to schedule P2 now because P2 arrived at 1 millisecond. Okay, so I'm going to choose this P2. So this process was preempted, right? P1 preempted. Where I need to put him? So I need to put him at the end of these 2 processes. At 2 milliseconds, 2 processes arrived, that is process P2 and P3. So in order to give chance for these 2 processes, P1 was preempted. And what this P1 is going to do is going to add up in the queue after the P3. Okay, so let us see. Now the P2 got chance. Okay, so he executed for 2 more milliseconds. So that is time is 4 milliseconds now. Okay, look at the chart now. So by 4 milliseconds, another 2 processes were added. That is process P4 and process P5. So first preference you need to give the process who are arrived in time. That is process P4 arrived and process P5 arrived by 4 milliseconds. Now look at this chart. P2 was preempted. Where I need to put him now? You need to put him at the end of a P5 process. Okay, he needs chance. Again he need a chance. Why he need chance? You need to update simultaneously here. Okay, so P2 was having 5 millisecond burst time minus 2. He need 3 milliseconds. Okay, so he need extra milliseconds. So that's why I'm adding at the end according to the arrival times. Okay, so next in the queue is there P3. Okay, so I'm scheduling P3. So P3 is given 2 more milliseconds. So he is having 2 more milliseconds only, and time quantum is also 2 milliseconds only. So P3 is going to complete the task. P3 2 millisecond burst time, time quantum is 2 milliseconds, 0 left. It doesn't want another round of chance. Okay, I'm not going to add this P3 here. Okay, and look at this 6 milliseconds arrival time. By 6 millisecond, another process arrived. Who is that? Process P6. First you need to add the process, and then if the P3 wants another more time milliseconds, then you need to add this P3 at the end of a P6. But as of now, P3 doesn't require. He completed the task. Okay, he completed. Okay, now coming back to the queue. Okay, so P3 completed. Next in the queue is P1. Okay, he was waiting actually. So give him a chance. So P1, he left with how many milliseconds? 2 milliseconds. So burst time will be given now 2 milliseconds. It will be 0. So P1 is completing now. 6 plus 2 will be 8. Okay, it doesn't require another chance, so I'm not going to put here. P1 was completed. Next, coming to the P4. Okay, so P4 I have not given any chances. First time I'm giving, so I'm going to write P4. So how many millisecond is having? Is having only 1 millisecond burst time. So is completing fast. 9. So P4 he was having burst time of 1 and 1 will be assigned. Okay, so you need not minus 2 that one, it will going to get minus 2, so don't do those things. Okay, so it completed the task. Okay, so I'm not going to put this P4 at the end. So coming back to the P5, so P5 I'm giving the chance, first chance. P5 is allotted with the 2 milliseconds. 9 plus 2, it will be 11. You update here. P5 is having 6 milliseconds. So minus 2, it is going to get another 4 milliseconds. Okay. So you need another 4 milliseconds. Then it should be added in a waiting queue. P5. Okay. Next in the queue is now. So you need to select the P2 process. He is in a waiting queue after P5. So I'll be giving chance for P2. P2 you can just see here. He was left out with 3 milliseconds. Minus 2 milliseconds. You need one more chance. Okay. First we'll write here. 11 plus 2 is 13. You need one more milliseconds, right? So add him after P5. Okay. He needs one more millisecond. That's why I added him. Okay. Next. P2 over now here. And next is a P6. So P6 we are scheduling it for the first time. So P6 is having 3 milliseconds. Now I am giving 2 milliseconds. He needs 1 more milliseconds. First I'll update here. 13 plus 2 is 15. He need 1 more millisecond, right? So that's why I'll add after P2. That is P6. Okay. So now P6 completed. Next in the queue is P5. Okay. So P5 was left with the 4 milliseconds. Now I gave him a chance. So minus 2, it will be 2. I'll update here. It will be 17. You need still another one chance. So put him after P6. Okay. So after Py, you have got another process, that is a process P2. He was left out with 1 more millisecond. So now the chance of process P2. 17 plus 1 is 18. So P2 completed. It doesn't require another chance. I'm not going to put him at the back. Okay. So now the next process in queue is P6. Okay. So P6 is having only 1 millisecond. So it doesn't require another chance. So 18 plus 1 is 19. He completed. I'm not going to add after the P5. Okay. He also completed. And the last process remaining is P5 now. So, and he requires 2 milliseconds. Okay. 19 plus 2 is 21. It doesn't require any other milliseconds, another chance. So I'm not going to put him back again. Okay. So process P5 also completed. Okay. This was completed in the beginning itself. So that's it. Bit confusing, but you need to understand properly. And writing the completion time. Process P1. So always look from the right side of the Gantt chart. So P1 where it is here. So 2 times it is there. Always look from here. First point you need to consider P1 8. So I have written 8. Same way P2 start from here and first place you found out P2 here. So 18 will be the completion time. Okay. Same way you search it for P3. P3 it is 6. Okay. And the same way I have written P4, P5, P6. And apply TAT formula, waiting time formula, and you are going to get 7.3 millisecond. Cross verify once. Gantt chart is perfect. Okay, after writing the Gantt chart, you know all the steps: writing completion time, turnaround time, and waiting time. Okay, so that is about the second problem in round robin.